Hey Stormers, back at the table for turn 3 of the Nightwind, the third scenario in the Outsider campaign by Carl Stevens. Where are we? Well, the map, as we've looked at before, is slightly complicated, but certainly this little mock-up I've made makes things a lot easier for me to see. And I might use this on other scenarios actually, rather than put out location markers. This just seems a bit easier. Just have a quick look and you can see where you're going to go. Now, first of all, let's draw one Doom token. That's we're one away now. And we will draw, I've shuffled up the encounter deck that I said I was going to do last time. So let's draw one for Skids, which is, this is the Hunting Ghoul. Okay, so the Hunting Ghoul is actually from the scenario before, the Outsider's Castle. We didn't kill it, so it got shuffled into this deck. You may notice, as I mentioned this on the last scenario I played, that it's actually missing, a bit of an error, it's missing the 2 sanity and 2 damage that it gives us for fighting here. So we'll just have to remember that. It's got a hit points of 10, could really done without drawing this now, and it's got a fight value of 4. That will go direct into Skids' threat area. That is really going to mess us up. Could have really done without drawing that. Okay, and for Daisy, we have the Voice of the Herald. Choose and move one cultist enemy 1 location towards the nearest investigator. There are no cultist enemies in play. No, there aren't. If there are no cultist enemies in play, search the encounter deck for a cultist element, spawn it at an empty location, then shuffle the encounter discard pile back into the encounter set. Okay, so we'll discard that. We'll look for a cultist enemy. That's not one. That's not one. There we go. Wizard of the Herald. We can't afford to have that running around the board. I mean, it's not a hunter, but we don't want to run into it. So, empty location, we'll just dump it in the putrid moat. We'll just have to hope for the best. I will shuffle these encounter set later. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That has all gone a little bit wrong. Now, what can we do? Let's get Daisy sorted first. Daisy, you need to get a clue and you need to move out of the Dark Trees, because during the next turn, the Dark Man will move from the Fell Copse and head to your location. So, first things first, Daisy will attempt it's got a shroud value of 2. Daisy's got an investigator 5, so the first thing we'll do is try and get that clue. So we'll draw and we'll get, man, what is that? -2. If the test is failed, then move the Dark Man 1 location closer to the nearest investigator. Luckily, okay. Luckily we didn't fail, because we needed 2. We got -2, our investigator's 5, so we didn't actually fail, thank goodness. That could have been bad. So we grab that clue and we give that to Daisy. Just alter that the camera angle a little bit. Okay, Daisy's first go. Daisy's second go, get into the accursed woods. It's over there. So we've moved from here into the accursed woods, or accursed, however you want to pronounce it, it's up to you. Third turn, let's what shall we do? Let's try and get the last clue. Let's try and get the first clue from there. We've got nothing else that can really help us. So, it's 3 against 5. Come on. So, we got a +1. Perfect. Okay. So, we grab another clue from there. So, we've got 2 clues from the 6 we need. Remember, the Nightwind, we have to actually enter into the Nightwind to place the clues onto the act. If you look at the last video, and it's all explained there. So Daisy is done. Oh, man. What are we gonna do here? I mean, 10 hit points. We've got the dynamite. That's not gonna help us, is it? We could evade. Evade might be our best option. It is a hunter, so it will come after us, and we can draw it out of the... That might be the best option. If we can evade it, fight it, then move to the... if we move to the darkened glade, then the dark man is able to move back from the fell corpse to the darkened glade. Although having said that, if the dark man is in the same location, investigator immediately move the Nightwind to that location and resolve its effect. That might escape us from the hunting ghoul, won't it? Doesn't say that if failed, take either 1 damage or 1 horror, and then the investigators immediately move the location furthest from their current location. So that could actually work out well for us, because we could end up getting disengaged then from this hunting ghoul. Something I need to check with Carl actually. Although by the time I'm going to record all this today, so it might be too late. So I think we'll just play that the Nightwind will move us and not any engaged enemies. So what are we going to do? What are we going to do? First thing we need to do is try and evade for sure. We haven't got any decent weapons, which is what we need to get. So let's try an evasion. We need to evade of 3. Lone wolf we want to use later on, so we've got nothing to help us. So evade of 3. Sorry, we've got an evade of 4, which is there. You can just about see it. Yeah, we've got an evade of 4, and the ghoul we need 3. So come on, fingers crossed. And we get a +1. Fantastic. Okay, so we do evade this one. So that's evaded. And we will use our next action to move to, well, we can only move to the darkened glade or the blackened woods. So we're going to move to the darkened glade. That leaves the hunting ghoul in that position. No, hang on. Tell you what. Before I do that, no, I won't, because I haven't got any weapons that's really going to help. So we will move to there. For my last action, what I will do is I will play Lone Wolf, because I want to get some resources. And this basically means every time my turn begins, if there's no other investigators at my location, I gain a resource. So we will play 1 resource to get the Lone Wolf into play. So that is that done. We have 1 action left, I believe. 1 action for evade, 1 action for move, 1 action to play this, and bear in mind we're using Leo, so we get an additional action. Our additional action will be to draw a card to try and get a weapon. Lockpicks again. That's the 3rd time I've seen lockpick come up. Okay, we can add agility. Exhaust lockpicks, investigate. Add your agility value to your skill value for this investigation. Okay, we'll keep that there. You never know. Do is get that dynamite sorted, really. So that is the end of Skids' turn. So we come now to the enemy phase. Hunting Ghoul cannot do anything. No, Hunting Ghoul cannot do anything. So we come to the Dark Man. He's a hunter, so he will move to the nearest investigator. Clearly the nearest investigator will be here, Darkened Glade, which will be Skids. Now, immediately move the Nightwind to that location and resolve its effect. So now the Nightwind will move to Skids' location. Now we have to make a test. Either agility or fight. For Skids, it's going to be agility, so we need to beat agility 4, and we've got a skill of 4. So it's a straight even Stevens. Let's see. Oops. I'm dropping tokens on the floor. Let's see what we've got. Oh my, okay, this is embarrassing. That's the second time. Let's bring this up onto here. I'll let you look into there. I won't look, I will look away. Let's see what we will pick. And it's a -2, so we failed. It's 4 against 4, -2, that gives us a 2, so we did fail. Now, if we fail, let's have a look. Focus. If fail, take either 1 damage or 1 horror. Well, we will take a damage. And immediately move to the location furthest from their current location. Okay, let's just put the Nightwind there. First of all, we will take 1 damage. We will put 1 damage on Leo DeLuca. It doesn't say direct. Does it say direct? Let's have a quick look. I don't think it says direct damage. Oh, I need to open up the Darkened Glade as well. Either take 1 damage or have then investigate immediately. Okay, it doesn't say direct damage. Okay, so we've done that. We've taken direct damage. Now we move to. Now, before I just do that, we did move on to the Darkened Glade, so I should open this up. So, having at last entered this accursed place, you cannot help but feel you should leave quickly. Okay, so it's got a shroud value of 3, and there are 2 clues on there. That's handy to know for Daisy. So let's stick a clue there, stick the clue there. So we've got clues coming out of our ears at the moment. Now, the Nightwind moves us to the furthest location. Now, if we look at this one here, we are in the Darkened Glade. Is that correct? Darkened Glade. So Darkened Glade, the furthest location is the Accursed Wood. This guide provides an easy reference for finding locations furthest from located. If the choice, then does it choose? Darkened Glade, Accursed Wood. Okay, so we're in the Darkened Glade. The Accursed Wood is, by chance, is where Daisy is. So that moves us to, well, that's quite lucky. That's moved us to there. So we're back together again. Hi Daisy, where did you come from? Oh, I just got blown off by the wind. Okay, that doesn't sound right, but anyway, you know what I mean. So now the Nightwind is in the Darkened Glade location. The Dark Man is in the Darkened Glade location. The Blackened Woods is actually free now if we try and get there, which I think we can. Luckily, the Hunting Ghoul cannot. Well, it's unfortunate that it's exhausted, so it won't move this time. But what to do? Okay, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So that was the end of the enemy phase. We'll go to the upkeep phase. We will reset the Hunting Ghoul. So he is now in that location. Darkman is okay, sorted. We'll reset our investigators, sorted. We will take a resource for Skids. We'll take a resource for Daisy. We will draw a card for, come on, where is the weapons? Okay, so Skids gets another guts, and Daisy gets her signature weakness. Put the necronomicon into play in your threat area with 3 horror on it. Cannot leave play while it has 1 or more horror on it. Treat each elder sign you reveal on a chaos token as a fail. Okay, for an action we can move 1 horror token from the necronomicon to Daisy Walker. Then if we get rid of all the horror, then we can discard this card. Okay, so we'll put that in Daisy's threat area. We will stick 3 horror on there. Okay, so basically our elder sign, if we draw an elder sign now, it's pointless. We've basically got 2 auto fails in our deck. Okay, so, what should we do now? That is the end of the upkeep phase. Yes, that's correct. And that brings us to the end of the round. So, the hunting ghoul is going to cause us a problem. Actually, no, because we can go from... Okay, this actually works out quite well. So we can go from here, the accursed wood, we can go direct to the blackened wood. But the hunting ghoul cannot go direct that way. It will have to go to the darkened glade first. So we've got a chance to pick up at least 1, 2, depending on how many clues on the blackened woods. We don't know. But anyway, let's see what happens. So thanks for subscribing. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing if you subscribed. If you haven't subscribed, then please subscribe. Yes, perfect. So I'll catch you all on the next one, which will be round 4. Bye for now.